So I'm going to make some homemade biscuits, and I'm going to make my own bakery mix. It's simple. It consists of flour. You can use white or whole wheat, any kind of flour you want, baking powder, shortening or lard, salt, a pastry cutter, or 2 knives or 2 forks to combine everything. And then we're gonna go ahead and use this to make our biscuits with. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna mix all of your dry ingredients together. Okay, we're gonna add our shortening in a little at a time. And then I'm gonna show you how to use a fork, 2 knives if you don't have a pastry cutter. Pastry cutters are pretty inexpensive, and I use mine for everything. So we'll go ahead, I got the shortening in, and we're gonna get started. Okay, this is the consistency of your bakery mix. You want it to have kind of some little beads in there. It's gonna just look like a thick flour. So now we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna make our biscuits, and we're gonna can them. I'm using these. You can do individual ones. You can do pint. This is a 1.5 pints. You can use the pint. These work really well. If you want to make a shortcake bakery mix, you're gonna add about 1/4 cup of sugar to this. Okay, first thing that we wanna do is we need to make sure that our jars are oiled very well. Did I put some in there yet? Make sure especially that they get down in the bottom, right around there, so that it doesn't stick. You don't have to have a lot. So get your jars oiled and ready to go. When you're done getting your jars, boy, I can't talk. When you're done getting your jars oiled, put them aside and wipe off the rims, making sure that you're not getting, or that you don't have any oil on the rims of your jars. Also, you are not going to, you're not going to preheat the oven. You're going to put this in cold oven, and then you're going to bring it up to temp, and then you'll start your baking time. All right, so we are going to use 3 cups of our bakery mix. You don't have to use homemade mix. You don't have to make it. I made it because I have a lot of flour and I need to get it used up, and we use a lot of this in some of the stuff that we do. So you're gonna have 3 cups of flour, and you're gonna do, my recipe is 1 large egg. My brother has chickens that have just started to lay. They're getting bigger, but anyway, I'm gonna use 2, and I should be cracking these in here. I'm gonna use 2 small to medium eggs. And then I'm gonna start out with a cup of milk, and I'm gonna add it a little at a time. As you can see, this is pretty thick, and this is not the consistency that we want. If you were making just biscuits, this would be fine, but we're not making biscuits. Well, kind of, sort of, but this would be fine if you were just gonna bake them and not can them. So I'm gonna add my milk until I get to the consistency I want, which is thicker than pancake mix, but thinner than the biscuit mix. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add until we get what we're looking for. So since this has baking powder in it and the whole shebang, we know that it's gonna rise, whatever it's gonna do, that's what it's gonna do. The ones that I practiced on earlier, which you'll see the outcome of that. I did 1/4 of the jar, half the jar, and 3/4 of the jar. We're gonna do just over half, so like maybe 2/3. 2/3? That sounds about right. Or 3/4. Something like that. Anyway, no, because we did 3/4 of it. We're gonna just put in here a little over a half of our batter. We're gonna put it in a cold oven. We're gonna turn the oven to 425, turn it on, and then we're gonna bake this for about 5 to 7 minutes less than what the recipe calls for, because this will continue baking in the water bath. While this is in the oven baking, you want to get your hot water started so that when they come out, they can go directly into the water bath. After you get your jars in the oven, while they are baking, get your hot water on in your canner, and so that when the biscuits are done, you're gonna put your lids and rings on, you're gonna tighten them just past the point of resistance, and you're gonna water bath for 20 minutes. Okay, so the first time I did this, I used bakery mix from it's a store-bought one. And I filled it, it should not have done this. However, I'm thinking that maybe with, the homemade mix, that it's gonna be a little bit different, okay? But it's not a loss. So I'm just gonna take this out. Now the only problem is I'm gonna have to wipe off the edge of the rim of the jar because I've dirtied it up again. So we'll figure it out. Like I said before in other videos, I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm just like the over filler. But it'll work. We got this. All right, so we have 3/4 full, half full, and a quarter full. So I think if we go right in between half and quarter, that will be perfect. Okay, so yeah. This is almost perfect. I'd like to see it a little bit. Okay, I want to show you. See how these are not quite done in the middle? That's how you want them because they're gonna finish up in the microwave. I mean, in the water bath. Okay, these are the ones that I did earlier today. Not that one. That's for later. These are the ones that I did. I just took out. I'm gonna do another batch. Those all sealed. When I put them in, they were a lot lighter, so they do finish up in the water bath. So I got one here that did not seal. So I want to just open it and see how it did. Get some butter. And I'm going to open this up. What? Where'd my knife go? I just had it.
It's right there.
That's the butter knife. Where did I put my sharp knife?
I didn't see a sharp knife there.
Okay. It's gonna bother me. Okay. This is one of them that I had to take the top off from. And I'm thinking that maybe this didn't seal because I didn't have enough taken off. So it also feels kind of gooey. Oh, it should slide. There we go. There we go. All right. I really wish I had a sharp knife. I guess I don't. Okay, I'm not too worried about I don't know. Go on. I'm stuck on my. Oh, I'm not too worried about knowing what the shelf life is on breads because we've been doing breads for a long time and we've never had one of them go bad on us. So this is a biscuit. Really want my sharp knife. Look at that, nice and airy in there. It's moist too. Okay. Oh, let's get some butter. And put that on there. Yep, we're good. Even without my sharp knife, we're good. I probably put it right back in the drawer. Anyway, it's really, really nice. It's airy. Tastes like, can't get it down. Too big of a bite. If you want to turn this into some shortcakes, which I am gonna do, so you can add strawberry shortcake, just add some sugar to it. So for that batch, I'd probably add like 3 tablespoons. Or when you make your bakery mix, you can add a 1/4 cup. So there it is. There you go. Oh, some peanut butter would be good too. Anyway, there you go.